Have you ever wondered how the ancestral wisdom of Buddhism can transform your problems into opportunities for growth? Imagine facing your challenges with calm and clarity, knowing exactly what to do in every situation. Today, we will explore 7 Buddhist thoughts that can help you end your problems once and for all. Don't miss a second of this video, as each moment brings a revelation that can completely transform your way of thinking and acting. Stay with me until the end and see how these ancient Buddhist teachings can truly make a difference. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue bringing inspiring content like this. The secret of health for the mind and body is not to mourn the past or worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and seriously. This wisdom invites us to focus on the present, where we can truly make a difference. Ready? Then take a deep breath, relax, and let's discover these 7 powerful thoughts. Your journey starts now. Thought 1. Break it down. Dividing a problem into smaller parts is like disassembling a complex puzzle. When you look at a puzzle, the complete image may seem intimidating, but by separating the pieces and working on smaller sections, the process becomes more manageable. Similarly, by addressing each aspect of a problem separately, you make it easier to understand and resolve. This helps us face challenges in a structured and systematic way, celebrating progress with each step overcome. Small steps can lead to great achievements, and this gradual approach can be the key to turning the impossible into possible. When we face a big problem, we tend to feel overwhelmed. The key is to simplify. Try writing down all aspects of the problem. This alone can help clear your mind. Break the problem into smaller, more manageable tasks. Each small victory in completing a task gives you the confidence to move forward. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This step is the first step toward personal transformation, the courageous decision to embark on this journey of self-awareness and spiritual growth that propels us forward, even in the face of challenges. Have you ever tried to solve everything at once and ended up feeling lost? This happens because we're trying to do too much at the same time. Break your problem into smaller parts and take one step at a time. For example, if you're dealing with a big project at work, break it into daily or weekly tasks. Each completed task is a step closer to the final solution. Success is built on a series of small successes. When you break a problem into smaller parts, each part seems more accessible and less daunting. Think of a big problem you're facing. Right now, how can you break it down into smaller parts? Maybe you can start by identifying the main components of the problem. Each component can then be addressed separately, allowing you to make incremental progress. The feeling of progress is vital for maintaining motivation. Celebrating each small victory along the way can be incredibly motivating. When you solve one part of the problem, take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate your achievement. This not only boosts your confidence, but also provides the energy needed to keep moving forward. The divide and conquer approach also allows you to quickly identify which parts of the problem are most challenging. By tackling the simpler parts first, you gain momentum. This momentum can then be used to face the more difficult parts with greater confidence and preparation. Additionally, breaking a big problem into smaller parts makes it easier to delegate tasks. If you're working in a team, each member can focus on a specific part of the problem, allowing the group to work more efficiently and effectively. This not only improves collaboration, but also speeds up problem solving. By dividing the problem, you can apply specific solutions tailored to each part. Instead of trying to find a one-size-fits-all solution, you can develop targeted solutions that address each component. This leads to more effective and sustainable resolutions. When you focus on smaller parts, you can monitor progress more effectively. Constant feedback allows for adjustments and continuous improvements. This creates a cycle of improvement that strengthens problem-solving with each step. Finally, the practice of breaking problems into smaller parts is a valuable skill that can be applied to many aspects of life, whether at work, in studies, or in personal life. This systematic and organized approach can transform complex challenges into manageable and achievable accomplishments. Thought 2. Positive affirmations. Positive affirmations are powerful statements that challenge and overcome negative thoughts. They work like mantras that we can repeat to reprogram our minds, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts we make our world. Said Buddha, this is the power of positive affirmations, to transform our internal reality and, consequently, our external reality. Repeating, These affirmations regularly can help reprogram our minds to believe in positive possibilities instead of being carried away by fear and doubt. We can cultivate a mindset of confidence and optimism. Buddha also reminded us, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. By consciously choosing the thoughts we cultivate, we are choosing the life we want to live. Overcoming self-limitations is one of the main benefits of positive affirmations. When we repeat statements like, I am capable or I am worthy of love and success, we are breaking mental barriers that hold us back. These declarations act as anchors that keep us steady in moments of doubt and adversity. Constant practice strengthens our resilience and our ability to face challenges. Positive affirmations are also a powerful tool for cultivating a constructive mindset. Instead of fixating on problems and obstacles, we direct our attention to solutions and opportunities. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it outside. Said Buddha, by internalizing positive affirmations, we create a state of inner peace and balance that helps us better handle life's difficulties. We often underestimate the impact of our own thoughts on our daily lives. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Said Buddha, when we adopt positive affirmations, we are consciously choosing thoughts that elevate our vibrational frequency, attracting more good things into our lives. To make affirmations even more effective, it's important to repeat them with conviction and emotion. It's not enough to just say the words, we need to feel and believe them deeply. This creates a stronger connection between our conscious and subconscious minds, facilitating the shift from negative to positive thought patterns. Buddha taught us, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Therefore, the more emotionally invested we are in our affirmations, the more power they will have. Additionally, using positive affirmations helps us develop greater self-awareness. By paying attention to our thoughts, we begin to notice negative patterns that need to be replaced. This allows us to take proactive steps to reprogram our minds and create a new narrative for our lives. Enlightenment is not reaching something outside of you, but undoing what you never were. Buddha positive affirmations aren't just for moments of adversity. They can be a daily practice to maintain a healthy and balanced mindset. Incorporating them into our daily routine, whether during meditation, upon waking, or before bed, can have a profound impact on our overall well-being. Buddha advised, the secret of health for the mind and body is not to mourn the past or worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and sincerely. For those just starting with positive affirmations, it's helpful to begin with simple, specific statements that resonate with your needs and goals. Over time, as you get used to this practice, you can expand to more comprehensive and powerful affirmations. Remember Buddha's words, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Start with self-love and see how it transforms your life. Finally, positive affirmations are an accessible and powerful tool that everyone can use to improve their lives. They don't require any special equipment or intensive training, just the willingness to change your thoughts and beliefs. As Buddha said, just as rain penetrates a house with a poorly thatched roof, greed penetrates an untrained mind. Just as rain does not penetrate a well-thatched house, greed does not penetrate a well-trained mind. Train your mind with positive affirmations and watch the changes begin to happen. Thought 3. Focus on solutions. When we face problems, our natural tendency may be to focus on them, amplifying their difficulties and making them seem overwhelming. However, true power lies in shifting our focus from problems to solutions. By directing our attention to seeking solutions, we open space for new perspectives and possibilities. This proactive approach empowers us to resolve challenges with clarity, wisdom, and resilience, aligning our actions with our values. Consider the Zen story of the man searching for enlightenment. He went to a great master and asked, "Master, how can I find enlightenment?" The master replied, "Look at the sky and see the moon. Can you reach it with your hands?" The man answered, "No, master, it's impossible." The master then said, "Then why try to grab the moon with your hands when you can simply appreciate it?" The lesson here is clear. Often we focus so much on the problem that we forget to appreciate the solution that may be right in front of us. By focusing on solutions, we shift our mental state from worry and anxiety to action and purpose. Imagine a boat adrift in a stormy sea. Lamenting the waves and the storm won't help navigate safely. However, focusing on how to adjust the sails and steer the boat toward calmer waters makes all the difference. This shift in perspective can be applied to any life situation. In another Zen story, a disciple asked the master, "How can I deal with my disturbing thoughts?" The master silently picked up a glass of water and threw in a handful of sand, shaking it until the water became murky. "How can I see the clear water now?" asked the disciple. The master replied, "Let the sand settle, just like your thoughts. Don't fight them, just let them settle and you'll see clarity." This metaphor teaches us not to fight problems, but to allow the solution to reveal itself through calm and patience. Focusing on solutions doesn't mean ignoring problems, but approaching them constructively. Instead of fixating on obstacles, ask, "What can I do to change this?" This simple shift in questioning transforms a deadlock into an opportunity for growth. When facing a challenge, it's helpful to list all possible solutions, even those that seem unlikely. This mental exercise helps expand our creativity and find innovative answers. The practice of focusing on solutions also involves an element of self-confidence. Believing that we are capable of finding and implementing solutions is crucial. Each small success strengthens our faith in our abilities and prepares us to face bigger challenges with more courage. Think of a time when you overcame a difficult problem. What did you do? How did you feel? Use these past experiences as fuel to believe in your current capabilities. In our life journey, it's important to remember that problems are inevitable, but our focus can always be on solutions. When we concentrate on solutions, we cultivate a growth mindset. This means seeing every challenge as an opportunity to learn and improve rather than an insurmountable obstacle. This positive attitude not only helps us solve problems faster, but also makes us more resilient in the long run. One of the most effective Zen practices for maintaining focus on solutions is meditation. Through meditation, we learn to calm the mind and see situations more clearly and objectively. A tranquil heart can perceive solutions that an agitated mind cannot. Take a few minutes every day to meditate and reflect on the challenges you're facing. Ask yourself, "What can I do to solve this?" and let your calm mind guide your answers. Additionally, it's important to remember that the solution to a problem can often be found by sharing our challenges with others. Talking to friends, family, or colleagues can provide new perspectives and ideas you may not have considered. Collective wisdom is a powerful tool. Never underestimate the value of good advice or a word of encouragement. Finally, the practice of focusing on solutions requires patience and persistence. Not all solutions will be immediate, and some problems may take time to resolve. But with a steady and determined approach, each step taken toward the solution brings us closer to our goal. Stay firm and confident, knowing that every effort counts. In Chiumwin, summary, focusing on solutions is a powerful tool for transformation. By shifting our attention from problems to solutions, we can face challenges with a positive and proactive mindset. Remember the Zen stories and the wisdom they bring. The solution is often within us, waiting to be discovered through calm reflection and determined action. Thought 4. Challenge negative thoughts. Recognizing and challenging negative thoughts is essential for overcoming mental barriers that hold us back. The human mind tends to fixate on the negative, but this pattern can be reversed through conscious practice. As Buddha said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. Have you ever caught yourself believing negative thoughts without questioning them? What if you started actively challenging them? Imagine a disciple who was always worried about what others thought of him. He lived in fear and doubt, constantly asking, "What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough?" His master, seeing this, asked, "Why do you carry these thoughts like heavy stones? Do they help you grow or do they pull you down?" The disciple realized he was sabotaging himself. And you, what negative thoughts do you carry that could be challenged? The practice of challenging negative thoughts involves first recognizing them. When they arise, have you ever paid attention to the critical voices in your mind? How can you start identifying them? Buddha reminds us, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. By bringing our attention to the now, we can observe these thoughts without attaching to them. Once you recognize a negative thought, ask yourself, is this thought really true? What evidence supports it? Often you'll find these thoughts are based on unfounded fears or assumptions. Buddha said, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it outside." By challenging the validity of negative thoughts, you begin to create a space of inner peace and clarity. Consider the Zen story of the monk who constantly complained about his difficulties. His master silently took a spoonful of salt and mixed it into a glass of water, asking the monk to drink. "How is the water?" asked the master. "Very salty," replied the monk. Next, the master threw a spoonful of salt into a lake and asked the monk to drink again. "And now, the water is fresh," said the monk. "The problems are like salt," explained the master. The amount of negativity in life depends on how broad your perspective is. How can you broaden your perspective to dilute negative thoughts? Challenging negative thoughts also involves replacing them with positive affirmations. When you identify a negative thought, ask yourself, what is the positive version of this thought? For example, transform "I'll never succeed" into "I'm on the right path and learning with each step." Buddha said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." Cultivating a rich inner life with positive thoughts is essential. Have you ever tried writing down your negative thoughts and then writing a positive response to each one? This practice can be very powerful. Seeing negative thoughts on paper and challenging them with rational, positive responses begins to weaken their influence over you. Why not try this today? Buddha encouraged us. Each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Make today a new beginning for your thought patterns. The practice of meditation can also be an effective tool for challenging negative thoughts. During meditation, observe the thoughts that arise without judging them. Imagine them as clouds passing in the sky. Acknowledge their presence, but don't cling to them. Ask yourself, are these thoughts helpful or harmful? Buddha taught us, meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Through meditation, you can develop the wisdom to distinguish between thoughts that serve your well-being and those that don't. Have you noticed that negative thoughts are often just mental habits, and like any habit, they can be changed? Start challenging these thoughts regularly, and over time you'll see a significant shift in your mindset. Buddha said, as the archer straightens the arrow, the wise straighten their wandering thoughts. Be the archer of your mind, aligning your thoughts with truth and positivity. Finally, remember that challenging negative thoughts is an ongoing process. Don't expect an overnight transformation. Be patient with yourself and celebrate each small victory along the way. As Buddha said, a jug fills drop by drop. Each time you challenge a negative thought, you're adding a drop of positivity to your mind. Keep persisting, and you'll see an ocean of change in your life. Thought 5. The freedom of living in the now. The freedom of living in the now is one of the most powerful practices we can adopt in our lives. Often, we're stuck in the past or anxious about the future, forgetting that the only moment we truly have is the present. Living in the now allows us to experience life in its fullness, enjoying each moment with total awareness and presence. When we focus on the present, we free our minds from the worries that tie us to the past and the anxieties that project us into the future. This practice helps us find peace and contentment because we're fully engaged in what we're doing, feeling and being in the current moment. Imagine the tranquility that can be achieved by freeing yourself from the chains of time. Living in the now also gives us the opportunity to appreciate the small things in life that often go unnoticed. In the present, we notice the subtle details around us, the beauty of a sunset, the sound of the wind in the trees, the smile of a loved one. These small wonders become great sources of joy and gratitude when we're truly present. The practice of being in the present moment doesn't mean ignoring our responsibilities or not planning for the future, but approaching these tasks with a calm and focused mind. When we're fully present, our efficiency and effectiveness increase because we're not scattered by thoughts of things that have already happened or are yet to come. This allows us to make clearer, more informed decisions. Being present also improves our relationships. When we're with someone, giving them our full attention, without distractions, strengthens the connection and mutual understanding. This shows respect and value for the other person and creates a space for deeper, more meaningful communication. How would it be if you could give this quality of presence to all your interactions? Moreover, living in the now helps reduce stress. Often, anxiety comes from worries about what might happen in the future, and sadness comes from regrets about the past. By focusing on the present, we eliminate these sources of suffering, concentrating on what we can do now to improve our situation and well-being. Practicing mindfulness in the present also helps us cultivate greater self-awareness. By observing our thoughts and feelings as they arise, we can learn more about ourselves and our automatic reactions. This gives us the chance to respond more consciously and intentionally, instead of simply reacting out of habit. Finally, the freedom of living in the now reminds us that life is made of moments. Each moment is a unique opportunity that will never repeat itself. Making the most of each one is the key to a rich and fulfilling life. How can you start practicing presence today? Maybe through moments of silence, observation, or simply conscious breathing. Every small practice counts. Think of a recent moment when you were completely present. It could have been something simple, a conversation with a friend, a moment of silence while observing nature, or even while performing an everyday task like washing dishes. How did you feel in that moment? What did you notice around you and within yourself? Now compare that moment to one where you were distracted, worried about the future, or stuck in the past. How did these experiences differ? By reflecting on these differences, you can see the value of living in the now. Start cultivating this practice in your daily life, appreciating each moment as it is, and observe the positive changes it brings to your life and well-being. Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the world revolves. Slowly, evenly, without rushing toward the future. Are you living fully in the present, or are you letting the past and future control your now? Thought 6. The clarity that comes from a calm mind. The clarity that comes from a calm mind allows us to make wiser decisions and live more balanced lives. In a world full of distractions and pressures, staying calm may seem like a challenge, but it's essential for our mental health and well-being. A calm mind is like still water that reflects everything clearly. When the mind is agitated, it's like turbulent water where nothing can be seen accurately. To achieve this clarity, it's important to practice relaxation and meditation techniques. Meditation in particular is a powerful practice that helps calm the mind and find a state of inner peace. Have you ever tried meditating? Even just a few minutes a day can make a big difference. By calming the mind, we can see things as they really are, without the distortion caused by stress and anxiety. Imagine yourself in a challenging situation. When your mind is agitated, it's hard to think clearly and find solutions. However, when you manage to calm your mind, everything seems more manageable. You can identify the necessary steps to solve the problem and act effectively. Calm brings clarity, and clarity brings efficient action. How would it be if you could approach every challenge with this tranquility? Another way to cultivate a calm mind is through conscious breathing. Deep, controlled breathing helps reduce stress and anxiety, promoting a state of relaxation. Try breathing deeply and slowly for a few minutes when you feel overwhelmed. Focus only on your breath and let thoughts pass without clinging to them. This simple practice can have a profound impact on your mental state. A calm mind is also less susceptible to negative influences. When we're calm, we're more resilient to criticism, external pressures, and conflicts. Calm allows us to respond instead of react, choosing our actions consciously and thoughtfully. This not only improves our own mental health, but also our relationships, as we act with more empathy and understanding. Cultivating a calm mind is an ongoing process that requires regular practice. It's important to set aside time every day for activities that promote calm, whether through meditation, quiet reading, or a walk in nature. These practices help us maintain balance and mental clarity even amid the challenges of daily life. How can you incorporate these practices into your daily routine? Additionally, it's helpful to recognize the factors that disturb your peace of mind and take steps to minimize them. It could be a chaotic environment, an overly hectic lifestyle, or even negative thought habits. Identify these factors and work to create a calmer environment and a more positive mindset. Small changes can have big results in promoting a calm mind. Practicing mindfulness in the present also helps us cultivate greater self-awareness. By observing our thoughts and feelings as they arise, we can learn more about ourselves and our automatic reactions. This gives us the chance to respond more consciously and intentionally instead of simply reacting out of habit. Moreover, the clarity that comes from a calm mind allows us to perceive things with greater accuracy and depth. When we're calm, our perception is sharper and we can see beyond the surface. This is especially useful in conflict situations, where a calm mind can help us better understand others' motivations and needs. A calm mind also promotes creativity. When we're free from mental noise, our ideas flow more freely, and we're able to find innovative solutions to complex problems. How would it be if you could access this source of creativity whenever you needed it? Regular practice of calm can make this possible. A calm mind is fundamental for decision-making. When we're calm, we can consider all options clearly and make informed decisions that reflect our values and goals. This helps us avoid impulsive decisions that could lead to future regrets. Calm also allows us to more fully enjoy moments of joy and contentment. When our minds are still, we're more present and able to appreciate the positive experiences life offers us. This increases our overall satisfaction and well-being. Reflection. Think of a recent moment when your mind was agitated. How did this affect your decisions and actions? Now remember a moment when you were calm and centered. How did this clarity influence your thoughts and behaviors? By reflecting on these experiences, you can begin to see the importance of cultivating a calm mind to achieve clarity and wisdom. What steps can you take today to calm your mind and promote this clarity in your daily life? There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Said Buddha, how can you start practicing calm and clarity in your everyday life? As we conclude this journey through Buddhist teachings, remember that true wisdom comes from daily practice and a commitment to self-awareness. Each lesson shared here isn't just a theoretical concept, but an invitation to transform your life in meaningful and profound ways. And don't stop here, we have another super interesting video waiting for you on the final screen. Click and continue exploring more insights and practices that can transform your life. Until next time, and remember, your journey begins now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to do so now so you don't miss any of our upcoming inspiring content. Leave a like and share this video with your friends. See you in the next video. With gratitude, Daily Dharma.